Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, like Coach Saban said it on TV the other day, you can shake a tree and find players in this state. I mean, we're going to reload. I mean, as much as we love Malik, Brian, Jaden, they're not here. And we can't make an excuse for ourselves because they're not here. Oh, well, we lost because we don't have them. No, we have Kyron Lacey, C.J. Daniels, Xavier, Nutt, like all the guys down the list, Chris. And we have to go and play our football, and all of those guys can take a game over. And we just got to go do that.
That's Will Campbell, LSU Junior All-American left tackle. Will had a lot to say yesterday. I was there for a lot of it. That portion was for the television crews that were assembled. When he got over to the print side, he had some more to say, and a lot of it's gotten a lot of run that's been on the internet. If you've been on Twitter at all in the last 20 hours or so, you've seen a bunch of this. But Will it's the first time I've talked to him, and it was really insightful. He answers the questions. He's incredibly confident. He's not cocky. He's fairly soft-spoken, but he's direct, and he's pointed. Like he knows what he wants to say. He believes in himself, and he very much believes in this team. And the biggest soundbite that we've gotten out of this Will Campbell interview from yesterday was the plan when they get on the ground in Las Vegas. He was asked, like, what is your message to the team? And this is where he went with it.
Really, I mean, everybody knows what we got to do. You know, we talk about it in the O-line room all the time. You know, we got to come out ready to fight, and that's the end of it. I mean, as soon as we, get off that plane, it's a fight. No way around it. I mean, we know what we're there for. We're not there to go to Caesar's Palace. We're there to go get in a fist fight, and everybody in this building knows it, and that's just what it is.
That's pretty powerful stuff. And he said that, and that immediately got posted to social media that we're here to go get in a fist fight. And Bear Alexander tweeted back, and he had like some ninjas and some purple ghosts or something. I don't know exactly what the inference was there from Bear Alexander, but he saw it, and they know. And Will Campbell's really, really confident. There was one bite with the writers, and it's better to just kind of talk about the exchange than it is to play the audio. But one of the print writers said, Coach Kelly said y'all have had a little trouble. Said you've had a little trouble blocking Harold Perkins in practice, and Will goes, Who's had trouble? And he said the offensive line kind of as a whole, and Will Campbell says we can block anybody. We don't have to worry about that. And that's kind of the tone that Will Campbell set the entire time he was doing media. There was a solid confidence rooted in that offensive line's ability that is going to be evident, I think, when they take the field. And they know that they're going to have to play really well. LSU's team does not work this year if that offensive line doesn't dominate. You can't have a brand new quarterback jump in there and play great if the offensive line's got holes in it. Jaden Daniels can fix that. He can't. You can't have a poor running game and go 3 and out and put yourself in bad third downs and then put the defense back on the field. This team does not work if they can't play great on the offensive line. And Will Campbell was asked to kind of describe the offense in one word, and it kind of takes the position that he's taking there with the offensive line.
I'll say explosive. There's a lot of explosive playmakers, not only on the outside but the inside in our running back room. And like I said, we're going to run the ball. So I mean, that's not something we're hiding or trying to keep quiet. I'm telling everybody right now, we are going to run the football. So you can take what you want with that. And Caleb, Josh, Caden, all these guys, they're all big, powerful, fast guys, and I'm just excited for them.
We're going to run the ball. We're not trying to be quiet about that. We're not trying to hide that. And that, I think, exemplifies what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks. And I will continue to say it on tomorrow's show, and I will continue to say it on Friday's show, and then I'll get on the pregame and I'll say it. And between that now and then, I'll have written it twice. They have to run the ball. They have to. And Will Campbell has talked about the fact that they're going to run the football. And he talked about we're going to line up and we're going to block you. Whoever you are in front of us, we're going to line up and we're going to block you. And we don't have trouble blocking anybody. I've got a piece up on LouisianaSports.net right now with some more quotes from Will Campbell just talking about the mantra that offensive line is living by, which is basically just put it on us and we'll get it done. He talked about USC's defense as well.
Yeah, I mean, USC is a good football team, and, it's somebody who we're not very familiar with. New defensive coordinator. They got a bunch of new playmakers, and like I said, they're a good football team, and we know that we got to come out, execute, play our style of football, and, we think if we do that, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, they do that, they'll be fine. That was a little bit more cliche, but I think this is not. They asked Will Campbell what his personal goals were this year, and this was his answer.
Win a national championship. That's it.
That's it. This is a guy who's got the possibility to win an Outland Trophy. This is a guy who's got a chance to be a first-team All-American. This is a guy who's got a chance to be the first-round pick as an LSU offensive lineman since 1998. He could be the highest LSU offensive lineman ever selected in the draft. Like, there are a lot of things on the table for Will Campbell right now, and he's just talking about, hey, we're going to win a national championship. Will Campbell sat down yesterday and said a lot of people aren't talking about us, and that's something we want to change. He talked about the fact that he's gotten off to a bad start in the last two openers. The team has, not necessarily him, and that weighs on guys. That's a tough thing. And in this sport, which is as unforgiving as really any sport that we have in American sports culture. I mean, in the NBA, you can lose a lot of games and win a championship. In the NFL, you can lose a lot of games, win a championship. You can lose like 8 of them. In Major League Baseball, you can lose 80 and win a championship. In college baseball, you can lose 30. College basketball, you can lose 20 or so, and if you win the conference tournament, like, you're not deflated by one loss in any of these that we're talking about here. Golf, there's just another tournament next week. In college football, you, in the past, lose 2 games, you're toast. Certainly this year, you lose 3, your goals are toast. And for this group to have gone, everybody on this team, save Josh Williams and John Emery, basically. Is anybody else on the team there in 19? I don't know, any other sixth-year seniors that I'm not thinking of?
I think it's just Emery and Williams.
I mean, those guys were on the 19 team that beat Georgia Southern. Everybody else has lost the first game every time they've been here. That's a burden to carry. And I know that you listening as LSU fans feel that, and certainly they understand it in the locker room. Everybody knows that's been a bad taste that they've gotten in their mouth immediately, and they put themselves behind the 8 ball immediately. Now, credit to the 2022 team to go rattle off 9 out of 10 and win the West. That's incredible. But your back was up against it. And, last year you rallied and you won 10 games, but the goal, as Will Campbell just said, is not to win 10 games. Will Campbell said 3 weeks ago, you win 10 games here, you get fired. I don't think that's his call as the left tackle. It's more of an athletic director situation. But that's case in point, like, they believe you should achieve more than they've achieved. And it's hard to achieve in this sport when you take an early loss. It just is. And you're scheduling really tough games out of conference. You're not playing Nichols in week 1. You're not playing Grambling and Southern in week 1. Those are all week 2 games. You are coming right out of the chute, be prepared, ready to go and play. And they have not lived up to that to this point. But the energy that I got from Will Campbell yesterday, and look, he's probably the best player on the team. So he should carry himself with a ton of confidence. But there was almost an attitude to it. And again, read my piece up at LouisianaSports.net. I think it illustrates it a little bit more with some of the words that I've used there. But like, he walks in the room. It's a slow walk. You hear that Southern drawl that he's got, that Northeastern Louisiana drawl. And there's almost a quietness to him. But the words he's saying are heavy. And it's, we want to win a national championship. We're here for a fist fight. We can block anybody that's away from us. Who's having trouble blocking Harold Perkins? Not me. Like, this is a dude who's kind of fed up with the stuff that's gone on for 2 years. That's just the energy that you get from Will Campbell the last 5 weeks. And he talked about growing into his leadership role, and he talked about the fact that he was a puppy and 18 years old when he started that first game, and that now he's not that anymore. He's a leader on the offense. I personally asked him yesterday about getting into the huddle and not having Jaden and Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas. They've been in the huddle the whole time he's been at LSU. And he said it was a little different in the spring. It was a little different in the spring. But Garrett's used to it now. He's worked with Garrett for a long time. And there are a lot of really confident guys. We played the bite right at the beginning about how good this offense can be with the playmakers that they've got. And Will Campbell's just not here to settle for anything less than playing great football. We'll see. I don't know a ton about the culture of LSU's football team because we're not there. How could I know what's going on in meeting rooms, what's going on in the locker room, what's going on in team meetings, what's going on the practice field now that we're locked out. It's hard for me to comment on that. And that's why last year we didn't comment on it a ton. And then the whole defensive staff got fired and all the players went to Twitter and basically threw a Twitter party. It's hard to know. But you feel like in year 3 with Brian Kelly, with all the things that they've put in place, with the buy-in that they should have and some of the older players that are there. Yesterday we talked to Josh Williams and Harold Perkins. We talked to Greg Penn, Will Campbell. I mean, that's a lot of experience that we talked to. That there's going to be an edge about this team to hit the ground running. That is worth no points. That is worth no wins. But the confidence I got from Will Campbell yesterday was palpable. And we'll see if it translates. We won't know until we get out on the field. But he didn't mince any words. They're ready for a fist fight. And we'll see if they can bring that to USC. USC teams of the past, Lincoln Riley teams of the past would not have been ready for that. The thought in Southern California is that they've remedied that. But again, we're all just waiting to see come Sunday night in Allegiant Stadium. If you're looking for LSU football content, you can always find it on YouTube, Hunt on LSU. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All of our LSU content will head right to your homepage every time you log in. Appreciate you for liking, subscribing, rating, and reviewing. That always helps us get our content in front of as many people as possible. Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.